Like, Joy, don't even forget, me and you supposed to hit the stew because we got some stuff to say about that. But I'm not gonna lie, like today I feel like I'm not supposed to be talking because I feel like as humans we shame ourselves for like mistakes that we did or things that we've done wrong that we feel bad about, so we shame ourselves. I feel a little weird right now. Like I'm not like I don't like who am I to be talking to a phone? Like who am I to be recording a video right now? That's how I feel. Just because like I did like some actions that like don't really align with the woman that I want to be. So I just feel like ashamed and like who am I to be sitting here trying to talk to people about like stuff I've learned and stuff I've been through, and I just like messed around and just double back. Like who am I? But I'm trying like not to have that feeling over me. Like if God doesn't shame us, why do we shame ourselves? And shame is like shackles that literally holds us back and holds us down. So I'm just gonna like try to release the shackles of. So this video is gonna be on my phone. I have this video titled "How Losing All of My Friends Changed My Life," which basically is like how being forced into isolation by God literally changed my life. So again, how losing all my friends changed my life. My videos are all about being vulnerable. My videos are not to like speak to you or like talk onto you or have someone do something. My videos are all about me being vulnerable and me speaking about what's on my heart and what I feel like can be shared, because as y'all know, I feel like vulnerability is a space that is a welcoming space, and it helps people open up more, and it helps people find comfort with others more, and it builds connections. The last half of 2023 and the whole first half of 2024, I was completely alone with literally no friends, no family, no nothing. And so I'm going to tell y'all about how we got there. So, backtrack a little bit more. Like in the beginning of 2023, I had this most like pressuring feeling on me that I needed to be isolated. Mind y'all, I have never thought that thought a day in my life. I've never thought that thought a day in my life. I loved being out. I loved being outside. I loved hanging out with my friends. I loved being in the streets. I loved to do things like, especially like as a college student. Oh babe, we're outside every weekend. Like we're outside, we're turned every weekend, and I loved it. I never once ever had the thought that I didn't need to be doing that. Like I'm young. I'm like 20, 21. What are you even talking about? One day it's like I just woke up with this thought, just like the word isolation just kept pushing on my brain, like isolation, 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 isolation. It's like in my head every single day, on my brain every single day. And me being me, I'm ignoring it because, like, what? Like, why am I having the thought that I need to be isolated? Mind y'all, I'm outside with my homegirls. Like, we're outside every weekend. If it was nothing even to do, we were finding something to do. Like, we was like that. Like, we loved having fun. We loved having a good time. And I feel like that's kind of what connected us and bonded us, anyways, because outside of that, there was really no deeper connection with us outside of like being outside. But anyways, so I woke up with this thought of like isolation, and it was like really sitting on my heart, like really, really bad. Looking back, it was definitely God telling me that I needed to like separate myself, because he was trying to push me towards the life that he wanted me to be, or he was trying to push me towards a different way of life. And I was in the world for show. Like I was in the world for show. So, yeah, so I had this thought of just like isolation. And, whatever. I'm ignoring it because, yeah, like I'm not listening to that. Until one day I woke up with the worst social anxiety of my life. Mind you, I'm a very social girl. Like, I told you I'll be outside. Like I talk. I'm a very social person. Like I've never even known what social anxiety was. Like I didn't have that. I didn't have anxiety. I didn't have social anxiety until one day I woke up with the worst social anxiety like ever. And every day I was afraid to talk to people every day. Like, and when it started being time to go outside, like getting ready to go out, I would be like, who's going to be there? What am I going to say? How are people going to perceive me? Like, what are people going to think about me? Mind y'all, these are thoughts I've never had because also I'm a very confident person, and I'm just not really scared to like I'm just not scared to be sociable. Like I'm a very sociable person. So one day I just had like very bad social anxiety, and this social anxiety lasted for a very long time. I didn't feel like myself at all. I didn't know how to talk to people. I always thought, what are people thinking about me? Just a lot of stuff. Like if you're someone who has social anxiety, like you know how like daunting that feels. Like it just everything is just feels scary. Like talking to people feels scary. Being perceived feels very scary if you're someone who suffers from social anxiety. So yeah, that happened. So that was God's step one. That was step one. Okay? Because God was like, I told you, like, you need to be isolated, but you want to keep being outside. Okay, so I'm gonna make you feel weird about being outside. I'm gonna literally stop you from being social. So yeah, that was step one. Now we're going into step two. Step two, or God's step two for me, was to literally separate me from my best friend. So at the time, I had a really, really, really close girlfriend. Like we were like best friends. And one day, we just wasn't as connected as we used to be. Like we didn't really have a big falling out, but we just began to like disagree about a lot of things, and we just didn't connect how we once connected. We were just very we've always been opposite, but our opposites are kind of what made us, mesh well. But it's like one day our opposites are what started making us like clash instead of mesh. Like what once bonded us, now what was tearing us apart, which is really weird. So like me and me and my homegirl, me and my like best friend, we literally just stopped being friends. Like we didn't know, wait, my necklace. We just didn't mesh well. And so our friendship kind of just really went to turmoil from there. So our friendship kind of ended, which is it was very hard on me. I'm not gonna lie, because that was one of my best friends I've ever had. Like I've never really had a best friend until meeting her, and our friendship kind of ended, and that was really hard on me. So yeah, that was like step two. Like it's so crazy because when things like that happen, like you're not really noticing what God is doing until you look back and you're like, oh, okay. I see. So that was God's step number two for me. So step number three was literally like the homegirls I told y'all I was outside with every other weekend. Oh, them hoes was fake. Like, oh yeah. So basically, um, them girls, I honestly feel like they never really liked me, or I feel like they did once like me until they stopped liking me. Like I remember y'all, I told y'all suffering from social anxiety. Me and my best friend literally stopped being friends. And so in the midst of all that, I'm like, damn, maybe I shouldn't be going out. So I would kind of stay back and stay home sometimes. But I was still like popping out here and there. And so one day, I forgot how it came up, but me and the two girls, we was having a conversation, and basically they was kind of just like, you know, you think you're this and that because you never hang out with us anymore, and this and this, just a whole lot of bull, like a whole lot of BS. People hate it when you no longer are interested in the things that they're interested in. So one day I went out with them and I literally heard them talking about me behind my back. And when I say behind my back, I mean I'm literally standing this way. The girls is right there behind me, like a few feet. But you think I can't? Oh, let me not cuss. But girl, you think I can't hear? Like you think I can't hear? Like I literally heard y'all talking, like, and it wasn't like, ooh, she ugly, she get on my nerves, she needs to do, no, it was like, it's just stuff that a real friend of mine would never say. So after I heard them two saying that and doing what they was doing there, I also did some other very disrespectful things. I just really don't too much do the whole disrespect. So once they did that, I was, yeah, literally. I remember we were supposed to be going somewhere else. I literally called an Uber because I rode with them. I literally called an Uber home because I was like, I'm never hanging out with them again. So that was our last time hanging out. Mind y'all, these are my only friends. Mind y'all, my best friend, who I told y'all we, kind of just disconnected. And then those three girls, those was my only friends. And they were all, now they're literally all gone. And also, like my one really close guy friend, he moved to a whole different state. So I was literally left all alone here. And it was very hard on me. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm kind of getting emotional, but it was just very hard on me because, I mean, it's hard. It's hard being alone. Like, it's hard not having anyone. Like, it's hard being alone. Um, Especially when you've always had people. And it's like now all of a sudden in a span of just like a few weeks, everyone that was close to me is literally gone. Like everyone that's close to me is literally gone in just a span of a few weeks. Like what? Like it's so crazy because God had it in my heart and in my conscious, like the word isolation, like it repeated itself over and over and over and over and over and over again to me every single day. Like I couldn't ignore it, but I did ignore it because I'm not doing that. Like I'm not doing that. And so he literally forced me into isolation. He wiped everything that I once was out of the way. He caused me to have social anxiety, to make me not even want to go nowhere. Broke off all of my friendships. One moved all the way out of the state. I was literally left with nobody. Like it was literally God forcing me into isolation because um he just has bigger and better plans for the girl. Like no, literally he just is. It's so amazing because like will you know that you are loved by God and you know that like you are called upon by God and you know that you are chosen by, like it's just such a feeling I can't even too much describe. Like it just feels good to know that God is, but you want to know what's crazy because like all of us are called on by God and all of us are loved by God, but all of us just can't feel it. But going through that time, like I feel it, it's so bad. Like ugh, just like so yeah, in my little isolation season, y'all, I was down bad. I was like crying a lot. I was very lonely. Like I was very lonely. But at the same time, that season caused me to grow a relationship with someone who never leave me feeling lonely, which is God. Like it caused me to grow a bond in a true relationship with someone who will never leave me nor forsake me. Like he's the only person or only being in the whole universe, whatever, that is not fake. Like he's the only being in the world who could never lie to you, who would never lie to you, who would never forsake you, who would never play in your face. Like, Joy, don't even forget, me and you supposed to hit the stew because we got some stuff to say about that. But he will never play in your face. Like, let me see something. Yeah, I'm checking my text message. Somebody's playing in my face right now. And it's like, playing in my face for what? Actually, we could talk about that too, because I got 3 people trying to play in my. Okay, I'm getting distracted, but yes, I forgot what I was even talking about. But yeah, it's like, so in that season caused a growth in me that I never could have had, or even I could have never had if I was still out doing the things I was doing. And it's not like I was doing bad things. Like, everyone loves to go out, everyone loves to have a good time, everyone loves to hang out with people. Like, it's not that those are bad things, but it's just like he just wanted me to be separated from that. That season of isolation caused me to, like I said, grow a relationship with God, like fast track. Like, it developed me in such a beautiful way, God. I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful. It developed me in such a beautiful way. It also caused me to believe in myself and my abilities, caused me to just learn how to be intentional with a lot of more things. And all of this stuff I'm saying are like topics I do want to get into in future videos, because like, uh, yeah, just because like I want to. And he, I can't, like, he literally just wanted, like, he just had different plans for me, and he still has different plans for me that separated from the world. And it's like, as much as my flesh wants to be a part of the world, like, if I'm called to be separated from it, as much of a battle and a struggle it's gonna be, I'm just gonna have to battle and struggle against the flesh every day. Okay. And plus, like, one thing I think we forget is I forgot this, and I've been in Little Rock a lot lately. So when I just came home and I read my whiteboards, it when I go to Little Rock, I be sinning so bad. God, please forgive me. Like, I be in Little Rock sinning. I be having too much of a good time. Okay, and so it's and so what's I gonna say? So when I came back home, I saw on my whiteboard, like, you must flee from sin. And I think that's something I forget. Like, as a Christian, I feel like I just, some stuff I'm like automatically excluded from, or some things won't affect me how it affect other people. But no, it affects me even worse. Like, I think I forget that sin is a battle that you have to fight every day. Like, you literally must flee from sin. You must fight against, like, sinful things literally every single day. And I'm getting on a whole other tangent right now. But I love to say that, like, because literally, like, first off, being a girl is just so fun, but being a lady, like, being a lady just hits different. Like, I'm becoming, like, a little lady, and it also taught me, like, just, like, to be grateful for who I am and what I have. And it also taught me that God really, 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 really loves me. Through that season, I fasted. I've never fasted before. I fasted, grew close to, like, just so much. I'm just so grateful for that season, because I feel like I wouldn't be where I am right now if I was still doing the same things I was doing and hanging out with the same people I was hanging out with. And now, I'm still not friends with those people, with actually none of those people. And I'm okay with that, because I'm beginning to grow newer friendships. And also, it's okay to be alone, because you're actually never really alone if you have the one who's with us in heaven. Um, and I say, if you are someone who's going through a season of isolation and you feel very alone and you just feel so sad, and then just never forget that you are never truly alone, and honestly call on God to, like, fill that void of loneliness. Like, I had to do that so much through my isolation season. It's like, God, like, please help me to not feel alone. Like, come and be my friend, come and be my confidant, because I'm girl, girl, just just a lot. And I don't really know what to say, because I just have so much I want to say, but I'm going to try to save everything for other videos, because I can make other videos about stuff. And I feel like I'm missing some, but I can't really think of what it is I'm missing. So I'm going to end the video right here. But I just have so much more to say, and I'm missing something I wanted to say, but I'm pretty sure it will be in the next video. But I just appreciate y'all for clicking this video and watching me be able to talk about things that I feel passionate to talk about and that's on my heart to talk about. And basically my life. Like as like I say, like being vulnerable is a very scary thing, but I also feel like it's a very needed thing, just to garner those connections and help other people feel more comfortable. And hey, if that's what I'm here for, then hey, that's what I'm here for. So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Everything takes time. You have gotta lose your pride. You have gotta lose your mind.